Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Guild Spotlight. Tonight we are talking to Midnight Mafia. With them tonight is Quicksilver,
Hey.
Van Arco, and Steve.
Good day.
Excellent. How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Doing awesome.
Excellent. Well, we're glad to have you here. So we're going to talk a little bit about Midnight Mafia. About how long ago did you guys start?
Well, the guild was formed about July of 2013, so a little over a year. A couple months have passed.
A little bit over ago. Now, did you guys start straight out as a Guild Wars 2 guild?
Yes, it was started up entirely on Guild Wars 2.
All right. What ended up bringing you together? I mean, Guild Wars, I think, came out in 2012, correct? All right.
Anyone else want to cover it, or I can just keep talking. It was, same way you would in any kind of game. Just, Utica, our leader, was, going around spamming for recruitment, saying, hey, join our guild, it's a newly formed, why not just get some people in, and then we just ended up sticking with it, and here we are a year later.
Now, Quicksilver, where did you start? As far as gaming goes, where did you start?
I pretty much have played, MMOs and stuff all my life, and with, mostly all free games like MapleStory, those sort of things, and, I've been playing games since I was, little kid on NES and stuff. It's cool.
All right. How about you, Van Arco? Where did you start?
Like my history of games, because I don't started out with console gaming. My cousins, they're always like in that kind of technological world. Grew up kind of just like mostly PS2s, like Kingdom Hearts, Dynasty Warriors, Final Fantasy, and then I finally got my own computer. Like, I don't even know how young it was, but then started playing all the free MMOs. I remember playing MapleStory at some point. But I actually played Guild Wars 1, and that took up a huge chunk of time, and then I remember just waiting for Guild Wars 2 to launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What brought you to Midnight Mafia?
I think because I guess this kind of involves the MM's kind of history, but so MM was on a server called BP, and they transferred from a server called Northern Shiver Peaks, we call that NSP, and so on BP, which is Boreless Pass, we just I remember because oh gosh, this is such a long information. So I just started talking to Nutica, in the TeamSpeak chat. I was pretty bored. I remember just like listening in, going into like MM's TeamSpeak channel. Just like I attended some of their raids, and then that was when I was a scrub. But that's about it. I just gradually, I think MM stole me from a guild called Lion on Boreless Pass, and I just gradually started hanging out with MM more. Yeah.
All right, awesome. How about you, Steve? Where'd you start out at?
Quite a bit older than the rest of the guys here. I started playing mainstream games, probably Guild Wars 1. A few before that. That was a big one. I spent a lot of time down there.
Mm-hmm.
And patiently waited for Guild Wars 2 to come out. And hooked up with my buddies from Guild Wars 1, playing in GW2, and the server we were on was sort of dead, and we wanted to move, so we moved to BP, and by fluke hooked up with MM, and stuck with them ever since.
Awesome. So, about how many members are you guys up to?
Well, our official roster, I'm in the game right now. Our official roster is 60 members, but we have maybe 20, 25 core members that play with us in raid really often, and we're more or less we're not kind of a big Zerg type guild. We're kind of small group play stuff, 15, 20 members.
Cool. Do you guys have regular guild nights or regular raid nights that you try to schedule, or kind of you're more relaxed and just when everybody's on and available?
Well, if usually we're a War versus World guild, so it's 3 servers pit up against each other in massive scale PvP. So we have scheduled raids whenever our main leader Nunica isn't on. It's scheduled raids that I'm leading on Monday, Wednesday, and then we have Friday, Saturday, which Nunica leads. But if he's off from school or has a break, or whatever, we'll usually just raid every day. And, but like scheduled compulsory raids will be Monday, Wednesdays, Friday, Saturday.
Okay. So basically you're fairly active, and I'm assuming with Guild Wars 2 it's go or go home, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're pretty serious in our gameplay. Coordinated, yeah.
So now, do you have any struggles in regards to trying to keep membership up, or trying to get, is there any struggles that you have in regards to that?
I'll chime in here. Recently, we've just started recruiting hardcore again because it did seem like our numbers were slipping, getting a little stagnant. Trying to keep everybody focused on the task at hand and stuff. So we just recently have restarted recruiting pretty heavy again.
All right. Now, I'm not a big Guild Wars 2 person. I'll be perfectly honest. Now, I was looking through that. Are there certain specs, certain specialties you're lacking, or you're really needing to succeed?
Well, the general composition for a War vs. World guild that we run would be frontline, so Guardians and Warriors, the heavies, and then backline Necromancers, Ellies, whatever. And we're kind of lacking across the board. We just need numbers in general, but we've been working on building up our frontline a lot recently.
All right. Now, how is that coordinating? Because you usually go in with about 20, 25 people. How is that coordinating with across 3 servers?
You wanna chime in, Van? You seem to have something to say.
That is such a huge explanation. Yeah, just give you a rundown on World versus World. So, in World versus World, there's like the huge Zergs. I guess we could call that a map Zerg. There's just a whole bunch of people following a commander tag, and that's just a huge global thing on like the server map. And so you have 3 servers, and then on Midnight Mafia, we're kind of like, I guess the term is a skill guild, because the map Zergs typically consist of like maybe 30, 60 people on a big night. And then, so skill groups, their job is to kind of just wipe those groups. To wipe those huge groups. So that would be like 20 people, just like trying to annihilate the 60-man group. And the way that works is just, we're commanding, we're all just like, skilled players, and just like, because typically,
A lot of shouting.
Yeah, a map Zerg is usually just like, not so serious kind of players. They're just mindlessly following, trying to defend. We call them karma trainers, because you get karma, that's an in-game currency, and for doing stuff. So.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, well, 20 versus 60, you guys got to have some skills in order to take that on. Even just, that's 3 to 1. Come on now.
Yeah, it was a lot of patience, a lot of yelling. Honestly, we're all yelling out what we're doing, all our attacks and everything. We have our frontline all grouped up on one person, just bombing in, and everyone else kind of just running around the sides and just picking people off, or just it's pretty fun. It's also really difficult, and you need to be pretty serious to be able to do it properly.
Now, how about wipes? How often does that happen?
Yeah, recently, for us, a lot. We've been kind of in a rebuilding kind of phase where we're you know, some people are leaving or can't show up, so we don't have our full numbers, so we can't take on those massive 60, 70 man blobs.
So that definitely needs. Oh, here's a good one. How is the current content pace? Because I know for a while there, I think it was what, every 2 weeks new content. At least back when it first started out. What's the current content pace going down? How's that affecting the guild?
Well, it's, you know, it's still kind of every 2 weeks. Recently, there's been a break from the new living story, so the content has been halted, and they're focusing on their stuff. They had like a new feature pack recently with a bunch of updates, and but honestly, we're more of a World vs. World guild, so we don't do much of the PvE aspect and stuff, which is what all that new content is most of the time, and so it doesn't really affect us that much that there's no new content.
Yeah, understandable. Do they expect anything with the game coming down that will affect the World vs. World? Any changes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see anything.
You're talking about the seasons. Recently, there's been the World vs. World season. So basically, there's 3 different tiers: gold, silver, and bronze. We're actually a gold tier on a gold tier server, so it's top tier, and that's just it's a Swiss style tournament between the servers to get, you know, cool prizes and stuff. Whoever wins the week or whatever.
All right. But you guys are doing fairly well in that then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I lost my train of thought here for a second. My apologies. It happens. I'm pretty bad at that. But I wanted to ask, with the name Midnight Mafia, does that have any effect on how your gameplay is?
I guess it was kind of just a name that our original leader, because the guild was originally called Highlanders of East River Peaks, Hose, which was on NSP, Northern River Peaks, and whenever the few people from that guild transferred over to Borderless Pass, they renamed the guild, just formed completely new, and I guess they just picked the name. Doesn't really do much with our gameplay.
All right. Now, have you guys had anything basically epic or anything awesome you guys have had happen lately?
We had a really good 3-way just before seasons.
Okay.
In World vs. World. Against Fort Aspenwood and I guess it was Maguma, where one, we'll say Fort Aspen was standing up in the hill, and we rolled in there and took out Maguma, turned around and immediately hit Fort Aspenwood and wiped both servers in one fell swoop. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. And I know recently been doing a lot of GVGs, so guild versus guilds, so it's much more coordinated, not, you know, 20 versus 50. It's kind of, you know, 15v15s, 20 versus 20s, and really, really coordinated, good, skilled group play. And I know we had one last night, and it was only 3 rounds because the other guild had to kind of leave halfway through. But first 2 rounds weren't that well, but the third one, our main driver, the person who's leading us, actually disconnected halfway through the fight, and we somehow pulled it ahead and still beat them, which is pretty awesome.
Anytime the main driver goes, and yeah, definitely. That's always impossible. And those things, as far as games go, you can never really plan and track, and it definitely caused quite a few wipes, at least the ones that I've been anyway. So congratulations on getting through that. Now, do you guys have any, obviously you're in a big recruitment push. You're trying to load up your front end.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any requirements of your new members coming in? Anybody that's joining in that they need to have or they need to be involved with, or commitments-wise?
Well, you're going to have to, if you want to go, you can.
Okay.
Go,
so basically, I think Utica stipulated this like last night too. He wants serious players, you know, people who want to kind of improve their player skills. They want to be part of something larger. If they want to have like their own player skill, like just translate really well across into group play, and that's what makes us successful. You know.
Alright.
Just like Ben was saying, serious players. So you know, you have to be really dedicated to coming in Warver's World. And you have to, if you're not gonna raid with us, there's not really much of a point in you being in the guild. So you'll probably, you know, end up getting the boot. Or if you should have a, you know, max level character that you know how to play and be able to survive through these big blob fights. And we're a little lenient. We're not gonna, you know, kick you out if you die, if you wipe. It's, you know, it happens.
You guys gotta learn to work together. You gotta learn everybody's abilities and skills, and they gotta have time to build up their skills.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's probably one of the most important parts, is to give them the opportunity to flourish and get there. Deshiva had a question. He'd heard you guys were doing, you know, just some small, having side fun stuff in Arcade, and he was curious how the PvP compared between the two games, between Guild Wars 2 and Arcade.
Yeah, the gameplay, the combat style is very different between Guild Wars 2 and Arcade, because like Guild Wars 2 gameplay is just super active. Like, you're always moving, you can dodge, roll around. You don't have mana or whatever. You're just moving around all the time. You're always, you know, hammering on a point and whatnot. In Arcade, it's a little more on rails, so it's a change. It's interesting to play.
Basically, the Arcade, you're able to stand a little bit more solid, whereas with Guild Wars 2, you're constantly
always moving.
Constantly. Awesome. I'll open up to anybody else in the chat room who has any questions. I did have a quick question I try to ask everybody that comes on. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Waffles.
Pancake waffles? Oh no.
Just order both, man. You know you like it.
Anvil Rocker want to know what server you're on.
Currently, we've transferred from Boreless Pass over to Sea of Sorrows, Tier 2 guild, Tier 2 server, which is currently, it says it's full for, you can't really transfer over at the moment, but that'll change pretty soon. So yeah.
They've had a huge boost in population.
Honestly, no, because a lot of guilds have actually been transferring off the server recently, but so I guess it's like they were artificially locking out a lot of the top tier, most populated servers from people to join in for the Warver's World season, which is one of the reasons why we got locked out and says we're full.
All right. Now you keep talking about these seasons. Is it just basically at certain times of the year that the World versus World opens up, or?
Warver's World's always open, but like they have the special events in Warver's World during the seasons, and they have like 2 per year, 2 or 3. I don't remember.
3.
3. There you go.
All right. Now, are you guys in one right now?
It's the last week of the 3rd season this week.
All right. Now, do you guys have any? Is there any prize involved, or any loot involved? At least any prizes that you're going for?
Placement during the weeks gives you a certain amount of tokens. So basically, 3rd place will get you 100, 2nd 150, 3rd place 200, and you can use those to get, you know, special weapon skins and stuff. And if you place in the different leagues, so we're in Gold League, if you get different places in there or win the whole league, you get like special finisher. So whenever you down someone, you can stomp them, and that'll have a little special fancy finish that you can unlock if you win the season.
All right. Now, as far as the gear wise, is with Guild Wars 2, is gear made, or is it drops, or how does that work? Do you guys have like certain crafters in your guilds?
Well, you can make it. You can craft it from scratch. You can buy it through maybe like dungeon tokens or World vs. World tokens, which would be I don't know, whatever they're called. I can't remember. Or you could buy it on the trading market.
Mm-hmm. And guild's pretty standardized, so like there's no like real main gear progression. It's kind of like you get to 80, you get your level 80 armor, and that's it. Like you get those stats, or you can't go past it. So everyone's kind of on the same level playing field if they all have, exotic armor, which is not difficult to get.
Well, it makes it a little bit more fair across the board there. At least it brings it more so down to skill than to who's got the higher hit points.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before I do any wraps, you guys want to add anything? No, I think our producer will throw up the recruitment link, and the recruitment is on your website, correct?
Yes.
All right.
And,
Go ahead.
Sorry, you can go. Oh, I was saying I don't think I sent it to you, but we also have a YouTube address, youtube.com/Midnight Mafia Guild. I don't think I sent that to you to put up.
All right. Are you guys have a YouTube channel? Are you doing any streaming?
We have some members that stream sometimes, but not really streaming. No.
Nothing regular?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can throw up the YouTube channel. Thank you, Dash Eva. No, I do not play Guild Wars 2, Anvil Rocker. I'm not quite familiar with it. I'm actually currently playing Arcade. I know. Half the world is. All right. Well then, if you guys don't have anything else to add, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. I want to ask everybody, go ahead and follow us on YouTube. That's YouTube/Grievance. Follow these guys, YouTube/Midnight Mafia Guild. Follow us on Twitch, please. We're looking for subscribers. Keep an eye out on the GTGN network. We're having the 24-hour Extra Life coming up on the 25th. Next weekend, we will not be having an episode. However, the following week, on the 19th, we'll be talking to Strats. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate it. I'll have to check it out, Anvil Rocker. I really will. Thank you, Deshiva. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.